Hello, this is Matt from Anaheim Rod and Custom. Thought I'd spend a little bit of time today, kind of give you guys some insight on white wall tires. And got a particularly old tire here. You always want to make sure that you do understand the date code and age of your tire and make sure that your tire is safe. Sometimes a lot of these tires are on collectors' vehicles and they're not going to be replaced because they're a special original tire and they want to preserve what was on the car, and they're not going to be driving it on the road, so that may be a case. But if it's your daily driver, please make sure it's tire safe before you clean it. But you can see that it's got staining right here from oil, lots of discoloration. It's almost like a parchment color, and these little specks and spots. So it's like mold that you actually see. There's like a black mold kind of forming on it, So we're gonna get this tire perfectly clean. That may seem crazy, not even possible to get this tire to look new, but I think that we can. I don't know if we actually can yet. We're gonna see, but I'm pretty confident that we will be able to. So first thing you start with is just clean the whole thing. So simple green, right? Spray it on there. Clean bristle brush, kind of get everything here. We don't want to be cleaning this tire and dealing with a bunch of dirt coming from other areas around the tire, right? Like taking oil from here and spreading it on the white or other things like that. Now I'm just going to rinse gently. Okay, you can see that didn't do much to the way the tire looks because a lot of this is pretty deep in the rubber. So our first thing that we're going to use, and you will notice during this video that at no point do I use any Wesley's bleach white. It actually does have bleach in it, which serves some purpose for some things, but unless you want the rubber to go bad, don't use that. Lanolin hand cleaner with pumice works great. There's plenty of people that make it. It's probably all made about the same. Scotch Brite Pad, Lanolin, pumice, hand cleaner. I'm using this because it will not dry out the rubber, right? Now you can see already how much is coming off. I'm not pushing very hard, but I am, there's lots of action. My hand is moving back and forth, But you can see it's actually already turning the tire fairly white. I mean, it's a couple shades closer to white than it was, and it's been just a few minutes, 2 minutes. Use, liberally. Oops. Apply liberally. Just kind of smear it on there, right? Get into the cracks here. You don't really want to carry anything over from the black to the white, or from the white to the black, because you'll end up like cross staining it. You get white smears on the black or black smears on the white. So make sure that you are kind of keeping your hand an accurate, don't cross over onto each other one, or cross back or forth, right? So it's looking pretty good. I kind of just keep scrubbing until I don't see a difference anymore, right? Now that is going to get a lot of our problem area stuff off. It's going to offer a little bit of moisture from that. It's like a hand cleaner, so it's got some stuff in it. It's going to keep your hands moist, so it'll help soften up the rubber a little bit, right? And you see what's left is really staining. That's primarily what's left. Now there's a couple different things you can use. Some people like to use gasoline. I don't know. I don't know if it works that great. Just a slow reducer, like a slow urethane reducer, not acetone. You need something a little slower. This is actually a VOC compliant. You can get it at a paint shop, local paint shop, just a little bit of this. And again, don't cross over, but this stuff will pull the last, it's almost like dry cleaning solvent, but you can see it'll actually pull the last of the stains and kind of, now that it's clean, you know, but you can look, it literally wipes like a little top layer of the rubber off because it's a solvent and leaves you with a perfect, nice, clean white wall. It's very strange. Now, there's not much left here, right? So it's just taking off the final kind of contamination. If you want, you can go back and repeat a step. You can go back to the hand cleaner, do that again. If you don't feel like it's truly cleaning everything, like I might hit this little area right here with the hand cleaner again, but let's see how it all comes out. It really looks like almost all of it is coming off. I'm just wiping lightly. I'm in a well-ventilated area, right? I'm not doing this in my garage with the garage door closed because these are solvents that will make you pass out, probably. Just gently wiping, like towel saturated. I'm gonna switch to new surface on here, put some more down. We're almost done. So it's just been a very short amount of time, and we had a very, very bad looking tire. I mean, it was quite bad looking with multiple problems. And now we've got a good looking tire. It almost has no stains left. So I'm going to get the last of these stains out, and then I'll show you what to do with the tire once it's been cleaned. So like I said, you might go back a step. So I still feel like that could come off more. I think we can, like I said in the beginning of the video, I think we can actually get everything perfectly clean. I'm just going to scrub a little more of this surface here, and you can see it actually does look like it's getting the very last of the stains and things off. So just a few minutes of this, and then wipe it with like a urethane reducer. Be gentle. Don't get it on anything else. You do it in a well-ventilated area. We're just about there. At this point, we almost have a perfect looking tire, and we started with something that probably would have been thrown away, just visually at least. This tire might be old enough too that it's not something you'd want to drive 100 miles on, maybe just cruise around your neighborhood. So I'm going to do this one more time. All the remaining stains look like they're gone. I'm going to pour a little more solvent on here. Just wipe all the way around. Again, just getting any, not going off onto the black. Trying to get this in here. This would be try to get it into this little crack right here. It's interesting. It's a very nice looking tire. Now, I see a little bit more right here. Let me get that off. See, that came off. I don't actually see anything besides some very, very light, slight variance in the white in a couple areas. Other than that, I really don't see anything that remained from all of our original problems. So now I'll show you guys how to seal the tire and finish it. I did want to share this, that if you have stuff that you need to touch up, like you go on the road, any of these heavy duty clean hand wipes that are for hands, these ones are good. They will kind of, see there's a little smear right there, right? You can actually, see, do a little touch up with this. And again, it's safe for your hands, so it's not going to crack the rubber or dry out the rubber, right? But this is a good little touch up tool you can keep in your car, so you get to the show and you're like, oh man, I got a big smear on my white wall. You can kind of touch them up. It's very nice. It's very useful. Right now, the final step is to kind of seal the tire and moisturize the tire. If you put silicone on it, or if you put like a normal tire dressing on it, you'll probably quickly regret it, either by the white wall immediately starting to fall apart within the next 6 to 8 months, or just turning yellow, or just continuing with more strange things happening. I use the natural shine because it's more like the chemical that's actually in rubber. I use it to like make rubber weather stripping soft again that's old and stuff like that. And I'll just kind of saturate the tire, even the tread. See, just everything. Now, this will actually just absorb into the tire. You really don't even have to take it off right away. Like if you just let it sit for 10 minutes, come back, it'll actually kind of disappear into the tire. So we'll look at this again in a minute and see what it looks like.
10 minutes later.
So you can actually see on this, like if you look like right here, you don't really see the stuff anymore. You actually just see like rubber. It's not even really wet, right? Like right here, you can see on the white wall, it's literally just absorbed into the rubber, which is good because that will essentially, rubber's a sponge. All rubber is, right? And what's in the sponge is oil. So if the rubber's perfectly dry, it's just going to immediately absorb whatever splashes on it. So oil splashes on it, it's going to absorb that, right? The tire's going to get dirty right away. But if you can get it, I mean, look at right here. I mean, it is completely absorbed all of that. So if you can get the tire kind of sealed again, see, you can have this nice looking tire that doesn't immediately get dirty and will be much easier to clean next time you go to clean it. It's quite fascinating how brand new this tire looks. And I don't know if that will translate in the video. I think it will. It's a high quality camera. But it literally looks like a tire that's maybe just a few years old at this point. And it was dry and it was, parchment colored and moldy. And even the black ribbing on the outside had a strange kind of dried out look to it, And now we've got a brand new tire. And you could come back, you could actually leave that stuff on for an hour if you wanted. I don't know if I would ever do this in the sun or if I'd ever do this somewhere where it would all dry on there, because sometimes it will dry into like a sticky film if it's too hot. Just spray more of this on there, wipe it off, right? But the tire likes it. This kind of little cracks that you've got around the outside, they will kind of stop doing, getting bigger and getting worse. And they actually already are visually much less pronounced than they were when we started the process. you can see. They look very dry and kind of open, and now it's kind of smooth, and the surface itself is even kind of smooth and shiny, right? If you're done with, if you do this and you're done with it and the surface looks chalky or white, or you've got like white powder coming off your tire, unfortunately it is too late. It is not possible to truly clean a tire that old to look the way like this, because the rubber itself is going bad. But some of this white right here is from us cleaning. So you just take your touch-up towel, your hand cleaning towel. See, just get that off. Takes all that off. You got a very nicely detailed tire. And you can win that car show this weekend. And you don't have to go buy, you don't have to be embarrassed with your old tires, because everyone's going to think they're new. Thank you. I hope this helps. Have a wonderful day.